Happy New Year, frag heads! I am so excited to film my first video of 2024. As you saw in the title, I am gonna talk about my solid loves, solid favorites, and not just 10, I'm gonna talk about 24 of them to start a very positive 2024. I'm just so thrilled and excited to talk about 24 perfumes that I think represents my vibe and basically smell like me. I will be talking about mixed of my OG loves at the same time perfumes that I just discovered last year. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Joanna and I do reviews and recommendations of affordable and luxury fragrances in my channel. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please do keep watching and maybe consider subscribing. Right. So since these are 24 perfumes, I just have to start, otherwise I'm just gonna rumble. By the way, this is in no particular order, okay? And let me start with a fragrance that is very new to me. It's that new that I just received it yesterday and I've only tried it overnight. However, it captured my heart already and I am definitely excited to use it this year as it just defines me. It just defines the vibe that I am going for most of the time. And this is from the brand Rania J, and this is Musc Moschus. By the way, this is my scent of the day, and it is such a pretty scent. There is nothing groundbreaking about this perfume. However, for me, this is the perfect I feel pretty musk blackcurrant sandalwood combo that represents my vibe most of the time. I must say it's very heavy in blackcurrant and that creamy sandalwood plus the powdery iris is just so beautiful. The first time I tried it, I know that it's going to be a big love for me. And guys, the most special thing about it is that it lasts for a very long time and it projects as well. I have several perfumes that are quite similar to this. Let's say Clean Reserve Skin, Kayali Musk. And I know that people are even comparing this to Initio's Musk Therapy. The difference of this perfume is that it is long lasting. I've tried Musk Therapy and I must say Musk Therapy gives more that relaxing and soothing vibe, whereas Musc Moschus is something that makes me feel instantly pretty. I think it's because of the blackcurrant note in here and the powdery iris that is just so beautiful to my nose, and of course combined with the sandalwood, like those are like my favorite notes in a perfume. This is kindly gifted to me by the brand. Highly recommend, and I'm so excited to use this fragrance this year. Musc Moschus by Rania J, and I have a discount code for this brand, by the way, and I'm gonna link it down below. By the way, if I have a discount code for any perfumes, I'll make sure that I will link them down below. And next up are summer perfumes that I cannot live without. And surprisingly, I only have 3 here to show you guys. First off is the best freshy and long-lasting citrus fragrance that I have in my collection. And if you watch my channel, you know that it is going to be Haramain Junoon Oud. Basically, this is just a potent citrusy and ginger fragrance that I think is perfect to use in an extremely hot and humid days. Like if I have to pick one in my collection to use when that hot and humid days come, I will choose Junoon Oud. Easily. I mentioned before that this is a dupe of Suspiros Vibrato, and guys, that perfume is extremely expensive, and trust me, you won't go wrong if you decide to purchase this one instead. If you don't want to spend 200 or 300 euros for a Suspiros Vibrato, I highly recommend you checking this one out. I read some comments that this is quite pricey nowadays. I got mine around 50 euros. So just check wherever you are watching me from. Maybe you can get it at that price too. Yeah, highly recommend as a freshie, Junoon Oud by Haramain. Next freshie is something that I will use if ever I will go to the beach. And I love going to the beach. Every summertime, me and my family go to the beach at least once a week. And if I have to bring one, I think I'm gonna go for Marbella by Carner Barcelona. This is such a unique aquatic scent, in my opinion. I guess this has a tea note in it that is just so pretty and refreshing as well. But at the same time, it's giving me a luxury vibe. It is an aquatic fragrance that doesn't try too much to smell posh. Yeah, if I can describe it like that. This one will definitely be in today's list, as I want to smell like this in the summertime, especially if I go to the beach. Yeah, Marbella by Carner Barcelona. By the way, guys, this will be kind of like a casual video, as I won't be reading to you notes and everything. I'm just gonna describe to you the scent that I am getting out of the fragrances that I am mentioning, okay? The last summer scent that I chose, actually this is more of like spring and summer scent, Levant by Ormonde. This to me just smells like pretty, put together, and low-key chic. Yeah, that is the vibe of this one. This is very fresh and floral at the same time. As far as I remember, this has a tangerine note as well. So it has that orangey vibe. Makes me feel good. It makes me feel like myself. I adore this fragrance. I think this is my favorite from Ormonde, and this, I must say, has a moderate projection. However, it stays for long on the skin and on clothes. Levant by Ormonde. Now I'm going to talk about the designer fragrances that made to my top 24, and I have only two to talk about. First up is Mon Guerlain Intense. This fragrance is a very put together lavender and vanilla combo that just smells like me as well. I remember I described this before as someone who is like a wife material. That is the vibe of this one, okay? She's not just a wife material who's good in house chores and cooking. This wife material over here also has an amazing career and just always put together. That is the vibe of this fragrance. I don't want to run out of this. This will always be in my collection. What I like the most about this fragrance is that it is very long lasting. Okay, I love using this during winter time because it has a strong projection as well, and I just love smelling like this. Don't be put off by the lavender note in here, because the kind of lavender that is in here is more feminine and beautiful, like, at least in my opinion, nothing masculine. Yeah, so Mon Guerlain Intense. Next up is my favorite designer fragrance of all time, and it is Angel Muse. Again, I'm showing you the EDT because my EDP bottle is broken, and basically this is that hazelnut patchouli combo that is just so beautiful, fun, and flirty. I love this fragrance. I still feel excited every time I wear it. As a matter of fact, this was actually my scent during Christmas Day, and I love it because it brings back a lot of memories to me. This has a hazelnut cocoa spread note, but it doesn't smell like food, okay? This is a perfect example of borderline gourmand and perfume scent. I love this fragrance and I will always have this in my collection as well. Angel Muse by Mugler. As you notice, I'm not rambling too much because there's a lot of perfumes to talk about. So, if in case you want to know further about these perfumes, just type in the search bar my name and the name of the perfume, because most of these fragrances, for sure, I talked about already in my past videos. The notes, the longevity, and the projection. Next perfume, I think, falls into the category of half designer and half niche. And this is no surprise, Kayali Silk Santal. If you watch my channel, you know how much I love this fragrance. This is just very likable. Another pretty scent. This opens up with sparkling champagne, white freesia, very lush nectarine, and it has that sugared musk in the base and just an easy reach for me. As you can see, I made a dent. This says a lot. Also, this was my scent of the day on New Year's Eve, layered with Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And you guys, I just felt so good. There's something about this fragrance that makes me feel myself, and like I just feel beautiful every time I wear this. Yeah. Kayali Silk Santal. Next up is a fragrance that I bought for myself as a Christmas gift, and this is in my wish list for a very long time. Peregrina by Thameen. This is such a beautiful rose and caramel combo that is grounded by something that is very Middle Eastern vibes to me. I mentioned before that this represents Dubai to me. Like there's something very luxurious about it, and it's not your typical rose saffron oud combo. It has caramel note, however, it's not extremely sweet as well. This is perfectly balanced, extremely luxurious and beautiful scent that I think is signature scent worthy as well. I love this fragrance and I am so happy to finally have a bottle of this, and yeah, can't wait to use it this year. So this is Peregrina by Thameen. Next up is another rosy perfume, and this is Jardins de Misfah by Nuit Nomade. And guys, this to me is very unique. Like it's a very unique take of rose and saffron DNA, a date note that is not sticky sweet. If you read the notes, you might be scared and you might think that this will be like a very strong Middle Eastern fragrance. However, this is very airy and just so beautiful. This can be worn all year round, and I think this is my favorite from Nuit Nomade. I haven't smelled anything like this, and I actually love the fact that it is light and airy considering it has a rose note, and the kind of rose that I'm getting from here is like a rose essence. That's why it's not that heavy rose. This is something that will be perfect for spring and autumn time. But of course, you know, you can always wear your perfumes anytime that you want. I just love this fragrance. As you notice, most of the fragrances that I'm mentioning today actually makes me feel pretty. I want a perfume that will make me feel instantly put together and clean, which is my vibe on a daily basis anyway. Yeah, highly recommend Jardins de Misfah by Nomade, and I have a discount code for them, by the way, and I'm gonna link it down below. Next up is my favorite rose scent, and you know that this is coming, Atomic Rose, and I only have a small bottle, guys. This is the sexiest rose scent ever. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. This is your dark and ambery rose that lasts forever on skin and on clothes. This is very sexy, perfect for date nights. As I mentioned before, this is my official date night scent because this one doesn't only make me feel beautiful, it also makes me feel sexy and confident. And yeah, I just love it. My favorite rose scent ever, Atomic Rose by Initio. Next up is one of my favorite rose scents as well, and this is Guidance by Amouage. Okay, you know already how much I love this one. This is the most unique, luxurious, and captivating rose scent that I've ever tried. If you want to smell unique and if you want people to wonder every single time which perfume you are wearing when you walk past through them, I highly recommend you Guidance. This is just captivating. Yeah, that's the term. For sure, you've seen it in a lot of videos of everyone. It's a love or hate, and for me, it is a big love. The creaminess of the sandalwood here in contrast with the woodiness of Akigala wood, plus the rose and saffron combo is just to die for. I love this fragrance. Most unique scent, beast mode performance, like, yeah, what else can you ask for? Guidance by Amouage. I think those are all the rose scents, and yeah, now let's talk about my favorite iris fragrance. And if you watch my channel, you know this is coming. This is Iris Shot by Olfactive Studio. And this is an iris dominant fragrance that is not a typical one. The iris in here transforms. It starts off a little bit vegetal, then it becomes makeup-y, and the dry down is just powdery and creamy iris, you guys, mixed with some suede that is, I don't know, just doing its magic for me. I fell in love with this fragrance the first time I smelled it, and the dry down of this is very luxurious. This will actually make to my top 10 for life. That's how much I love it. Longevity and projection is amazing on this one. Yeah, highly recommend for iris lovers out there. And for Olfactive Studio, by the way, I have 15% off, okay? So use my code in case you would want to try anything from Olfactive Studio. And next up, actually is a summer scent. It's a kind of summer scent to use in special occasion, in my opinion. Borabora by Giardini di Toscana. I know everybody loves Bianco Latte. However, for me, it's Borabora. Why? Because it is so unique and it gives me compliments as well. My husband always compliments me every time I wear this fragrance. This is a tropical gourmand, like imagine tropical flowers, ylang ylang, tiare, drizzled with caramel soaked in coconut milk. Yeah, then there you have it. Borabora. This has an amazing longevity and projection as well. That's why I highly recommend it, because the price, in my opinion, is very reasonable as well, especially for like 100 ml. I love this fragrance. Okay, Borabora by Giardini di Toscana, Tropical Gourmand. Next up is one of my favorite floral perfumes right now, and this is Lady White Snake by Stephane Humbert Lucas. This is white florals, extremely well blended with white leather. Imagine all the white flowers that you can think of, they are in here. Jasmine is very prominent to my nose, and yeah, I think it has tuberose and orange blossom. However, it doesn't smell indolic. This just smells very womanly to me, and I have moments when I want to smell like that. Not most of the time. It takes a special occasion for me to wear something like floral dominant, and to me Lady White Snake is perfect. I love the fact that it's a little bit creamy, and the suede and the white leather note in here just grounded everything and gave this fragrance that oomph, or let's say like a femme fatale vibe. I love it. I'll wear this in a special occasion or like on a date night as well. By the way, this was my gift for myself on my birthday, and I wore it on my birthday last year. Yeah, Lady White Snake by Stephane Humbert Lucas. I think now let's talk about cherry scents. I love cherry fragrances, okay? And I think I have here 4 fragrances, like 4 cherry scents that I cannot live without. Starting off with Cherry Ambition by the 7 Virtues. This is mainly dark cherries and saffron. Very sweet, syrupy, thick kind of cherry. The saffron in here just gave this one that sexy and chic kick that is to die for. I love wearing this fragrance. This almost made to my best of 2023 releases. However, I only listed there 10. This was in honorable mention, by the way, and I just love it. One of my favorite cherry fragrances in my collection. Love the brand, love the owner, and love how it makes me feel. Cherry Ambition by the 7 Virtues. Next up is the fragrance that made me fall in love with cherry. Mandorle by Soradora. I haven't forgotten about this fragrance, guys, okay? What can I say? This, I think, doesn't have a cherry note listed in Fragrantica. However, in their website, it is listed, I think. This is my introduction to that boozy cherry that is a little bit powdery as well. This to me is a femme fatale fragrance that is just perfect for winter time. This is definitely giving me red lipstick / black leather jacket vibe. It is something that I will use if I will go out at night with friends. I just love this. This perfume made me fall in love with the brand of Soradora, and it has an amazing longevity and projection on me. Mandorle by Soradora, and with Soradora I have a discount code. Next up, To be honest, doesn't have a cherry note in it, but I don't know, I am somehow getting the vibe of cherry in this fragrance. And this is the perfume that made me realize that I am into unisex fragrances. Herod by Parfums de Marly. Okay, this is more of like a vanilla and tobacco fragrance, okay? That is just so beautiful. I also get some apple vibe in here as well. I always get excited every time I wear it. And if you watch my channel, you know that this is part of my top 10 for life, and it still is my favorite tobacco dominant fragrance. The tobacco in here is just extremely well blended as well with green vanilla. I think the kind of vanilla in here is not too sweet. It's a kind of vanilla that just smells so niche. One of my favorite unisex fragrances in my collection, Herod by Parfums de Marly. And next up is my favorite cherry scent so far, Cherry Punk by Room 1015, and this is the Extrait de Parfum. I mentioned before that I'm not a fan of the original Cherry Punk because on me that is more leathery. However, the Extrait version is everything that I wanted or expected Cherry Punk to smell like. Basically, this still has that leather note in it. However, the cherry is stronger, and that's how I like it. It is a sweet cherry as well. It's not the fresh fruits that is actually edible. And I actually love that. I love the fact that it is that syrupy cherry, very sexy. To me, this is a showstopper. I love when I spray this on myself. It is a fragrance that I compliment myself every time I'm wearing it. Yeah, and also this has an amazing longevity and projection as well. Cherry Punk Extrait de Parfum, my favorite cherry scent, and I have a discount code for Room 1015 in case you are interested. How many more to go? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. Okay, let's do it. Next up is Tonka Extraordinaire by EPC. Oh my god, what can I say? This is my favorite Tonka dominant fragrance. If you love warm and resinous amber, and at the same time you love nutty fragrances as well, and of course you love Tonka, I highly recommend you checking this one out. This to me is very comforting yet sensual. Oh my god, this is such a beautiful, nutty and ambery fragrance. I just love it. It is very unisex, I must say. Let's say borderline unisex. Such a perfect fall and winter scent. This is quite similar to Bois Doré, if you're familiar with that. I'm not saying that they are the same, okay? They are kind of similar. However, this one is the more potent version. You will definitely be smelled, and the nuttiness of this fragrance is so recognizable as well. I love it. Tonka Extraordinaire by Experimental Perfume Club. I have a discount code for this brand as well in case you're interested. So yes. Speaking of Tonka, 1970 by Rosendo Matteau. This is a warm, spicy Tonka and chocolate scent that is to die for. This to me is a quiet luxury. I would love to smell like this. At the same time, I would love to smell it on someone. It is not a big projector like Rosendo Mato number 5. However, it is just enough for me. I mentioned before that if this is a bigger projector than it is right now, it might lose the class or the luxury feel of it. So for me, this is just perfect. If you are into warm, spicy, ambery fragrance that has a touch of cacao, a little bit gourmandish as well, I highly recommend you checking this one out. This is gifted to me by Raffinad, and I think as of now they are sold out. I'm not sure if it's still sold out in the website. However, check it out because with Raffinad you can use my code and it will save you like at least 10% off. 1970 by Rosendo Mato. Such a luxurious chocolate and tonka combo. Next up is a new one in my collection. However, I've been eyeing on this for quite a long time. So I gifted myself on Christmas Day and got this from Jovoy. And this is Creme de Cuir by BDK. What can I say? This is my favorite from BDK. Yeah, you heard that right. Not Rouge Smoking, not Gris Charnel, but yeah, Creme de Cuir. To me, this just smells so creamy and powdery at the same time. I am getting lots of sandalwood in here. So to me, sandalwood is very prominent. Even though it has a pineapple note, but it's not that prominent to me. If I get pineapple note, it's very, very light. It is very comforting, it smells very clean, makes me feel pretty and put together as well. Such an underrated scent from BDK, I must say. I will highly recommend this fragrance if you are into clean aesthetic vibe. Also, if you're into powdery iris and creamy sandalwood. Yeah, Creme de Cuir by BDK. Next up are my favorite sandalwood in my collection. And yeah, the first is Santal Vanille by the Seven Virtues. This is my favorite from the brand. And if I have to make a scent, this will be it, basically. This is sandalwood and cardamom combo that is just so relaxing, soothing, and just smells like me as well. I love this fragrance. One of my favorite sandalwood in my collection. And it also has the coconut note as well. And the coconut in here is very creamy as well. The creamy coconut mixed with the woodiness and creaminess of sandalwood and the green vanilla is just done to perfection, in my opinion. I love this fragrance and will forever have this in my collection. Santal Vanille by the Seven Virtues. Next up is a fragrance that made me realize that I actually love sandalwood, and this is Santal 33 by Le Labo. This is the first niche that made me fall in love with niche perfumes. I know that a lot of you don't love it and you smell deal in it. However, for me, it is so good. It is beautiful sandalwood. Quite polarizing, I know. I think it just mixes so well with my skin chemistry that I just feel confident and empowered every time I wear this. This is my most repurchased perfume. This is my third bottle. My friends remember me for this scent. This used to be my signature scent when I was still living in Dubai. So basically, I have a lot of memories in this fragrance. So I will always have it in my collection. Santal 33 by Le Labo. my favorite sandalwood still up to now. Yeah. Last but not the least is my ultimate favorite fragrance ever. Like, it still hasn't changed. And this is Angelique Noire by Guerlain. Riches Double Vanille is very famous from this line of Guerlain. However, to me, it is Angelique Noire. If you want a unique green vanilla, this is it. This is a kind of vanilla that just screams luxury to me. This to me is an effortless and luxurious fragrance. Like, I can imagine a woman who has everything in her life put together wearing this fragrance. That's like how I am, or how I want to project myself. I just love this fragrance. This is something that I bought on the spot. Okay, that's how much I love it, and I never look back. I paid full price for this. For me, this is one of the best high quality vanilla scent that I've ever smelled. Angelique Noire to end my top 24 perfumes that I cannot live without this 2024. Okay, I think this is the longest video that I've ever made. I hope that you are still there, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you found some interesting perfumes in here that probably is one of your favorites as well. I hope that the beginning of the year is falling into the right place for you guys. I wish you well and good luck. See you on my next one. Bye guys.